Hip-hop diet is full of guys who cannot even rap. Media dividing us by colors, white or black. If you believe in Jesus, these days Christians get attacked. If you don't hate police, then everybody thinks you're whack. And everything's so connected. Black Lives Matter got so aggressive. White folks who agree can't support the message. Both sides go to war because they don't respect it. Our social climate from the global tension turned to total violence and a whole depression. We could unify and then I'll go against them, but we let them divide us with votes and elections. Hey, the music we bump, all about shooting guns and doing drugs. Hey, whoa, the things that we want are promoted subliminally through the songs like, you need a fast car, you need designer clothes, you need a rap star to tell you to start popping pills, hit the blunt and go live at the club till you're broke. It's all controlled by the elites, put fake news all over our screens, convincing the right to go fight with the left and distract from the fact it's each other we need. Divided by race and religion, segregated into teams. You a white supremacist. If you're not, I guess you Antifa. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter. Freedom's dead. If you have an opinion, take it back. People hate the president. If you don't, then you trash. Indoctrinate the nation using news and mainstream rap. The government abuses us. It's all part of the plan. And it's so confusing. Black Lives Matter is a valuable movement, but all lives matter ain't racist or stupid. It's non-black humans who don't feel included. All colors fall under laws to govern the whole country, and we all suffer. We're all broke and nobody recovers until we accept that we're all brothers. Hey, the music we make, all about big booties and getting paid. Hey, whoa. We watch the news and it fills up our brains with violence and riots and race. Like this is a race war. You need to hate more. Get what you came for. You need some songs about Xanax and violence so you can escape more. What a vicious cycle we can't break away from. They control the culture, they control the paper. They're indoctrinating a whole generation till the patriots start to hate the nation. The music we love make us dumb and addicted. The news that we watch is brainwashing the children. The viruses, riots, and racist conditions ain't problems. They're symptoms of life in the system. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter. The music will make you dumb, the media makes you hate, and they control them both. There ain't no escape. They put the world in a state of chaos, economy crashing and massive layoffs. Black against white or it's left versus right. Divide and conquer and control is the payoff. Screaming from the rooftops, beat down better. Turn us on each other now, no lives matter. If we do what the news wants, blood gon' splatter. Turn us on each other till no lives matter. Praying that the world changes soon. Can't get a doobie on a plane, but there's Uzis in our schools. Every dude who touched a boob or a booty getting me too. What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended? Now being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my race, it's my weight, it's because I'm a Christian. I hate the internet and anyone who has an opinion. And everybody angry if you say white. Okay, fine. Pass me the brush and I'll paint my face to the shades right. Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works.
Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth?
Weird.
Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid?
Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb. People so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues. It's so dumb. I'm a hater cause I can't relate to gay pride. Call me homophobic because I don't wanna date guys. K-tight. I for one am not surprised the world declined along the way. Give trophies to children for losing just cause they decide to play. We exercise our right to vote and hate the politicians. Ay, this is a democracy, it's partly your decision. Ay, this is weird, feels like this a different year. If I identify...
Hello guys, welcome to Brutally Honest with Nathan and Brian. I'm Nathan, and like always, the guy over there is my heterosexual life mate named Brian. So
hey everybody.
So tonight, the middle of the week again, where there's been a lot of stuff that's happened. Me and Brian's been doing a lot of talking about it, been doing a lot of debating, been getting on Facebook and talking about it as well. I'm always kind of, interested in all of that stuff. But we're going to get right to it. We got a full show. Like always, guys, don't forget to check us out on YouTube. We're going to be very soon at 45 minutes in, around through there, turning on the Facebook stream off and switching to YouTube. By the way, we forgot to do that last week, which is absolutely awesome. Like I said, it's just me and Brian doing this show. Nobody else is helping us. We're running all the things. So keep on checking us out. And as we build an audience, guys, maybe we'll start adding some stuff to it here soon. We're going to start having some guests. So with all that being said, I'm just going to turn it right over to you to get started, Brian.
All right, guys. Good to see you again. The thing I want to start out by talking about, something that they're discussing on the news a little bit. You're hearing talk of it. It used to be called a conspiracy theory up until just this year, especially since, we had until when we got the new administration. This was something that if you discussed it before, you were called a conspiracy theorist. It was a pack of lies. The thing is, it's not anymore. It's complete and total truth. It's discussed openly now. It's discussed worldwide openly now. This is what's called the Great Reset. Okay, some of you all might know what it is. Some of you all might not. It entails.
I'm going to raise my hand on that. I've heard about it, never researched it. So, Brian, right here, I've done a little bit of reading since you brought it up to me earlier today. So I'm going to be doing a lot of listening to you as well, because like I said before, this isn't my wheelhouse. I haven't went down that road. So I'm going to go back right to you, Brian.
Yeah, this is something that I actually started doing a lot of research on probably about middle of last year when I started hearing about it. A lot of people were talking about what they called the New World Order, which was also called a conspiracy theory.
Well, people's been talking about a New World Order since forever. So
right.
This is something maybe having to do with that, but this is something else.
Yeah, exactly. What it is that the New World Order consists of, it consists of the rich bureaucrats all over the world that are involved in the Great Reset. Okay. They are part of what's called the World Economic Forum. They meet every single year in a place called Davos. Okay. You can look this stuff up on the internet. You can read through all the information. The most important things to look at are, just Google Davos, Google the Great Reset, Google the World Economic Forum. You can Google what's called Agenda 21. This was called a conspiracy theory. Agenda 21 is what folded over into the Green New Deal that everyone's heard of nutbag AOC talk about.
AOC.
Yeah, AOC. I don't give a crap. I call her POS.
Hey, we also, you had me look up some videos and some websites also, so we got some media to show you guys too. So keep on going, Brian, and just let me know when you need me to put stuff up.
Yeah, Nathan's going to pull up a video here that I want everyone to watch. This video was released right on the World Economic Forum's page. Okay, it has since been taken down. Let's switch over to the video there, and we'll get this blown up full screen for you so that you guys can watch it. Pay very close attention to the words in this and how they explain what the Great Reset entails. I'll let him go ahead and start it up, and we can watch this.
And the other thing kind of too is I'm going to be watching it with everybody because you sent this to me. I watched the first few seconds of it, so I'll kind of give you my opinion because I haven't watched this whole thing either. So here we go, guys.
Wait a minute, did you pull up the right video?
Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think you've got the right video I sent you there.
Whoops.
Yeah, because what we want you to see, the video that I'm wanting you guys to actually see, just type in on Google the Great Reset You'll own nothing and like it. Just
You'll
search
own
that real quick on
nothing
Google.
You'll own nothing and like it.
Yeah. Okay. Go down to, it's only about a minute and something long. It should be, it's got the picture of the guy's face on it. There should be one that's about a minute and something long.
Well, the very first one here that I have pulled up.
That's not the one you want. That's not the one you want. That's why I sent you that link on it. Going down. Okay. Keep going. Keep going right there. 1 minute and something, and it's got the guy's face. Click on that one right there. Okay. Now blow that up for him.
Sorry about that, guys, but we got it.
Okay, this is their expectations for 2030. This is why they're putting everything into high gear right now, because they want most of it done by 2021. And then they want to finish everything off by 2030. Okay, this is basically informing people that you will no longer own anything. They're going to take your property. They're going to take your home. They're going to take, you won't own a vehicle. You'll be allotted an electric vehicle that you basically will rent from them. Everything that we have, they want us to rent from them. Okay, you're talking people who own classic cars. Of course, they don't want any more carbon footprint. They want to talk like, oh, we're going to get rid of all natural resources, and it all comes down to what it is these people want to be richer. They want you to be poor. You will be allowed to have what they give you. They'll control what you eat. They'll control what you do. They'll control how much of everything you use. And they're doing all of this, basically, by blaming COVID and climate change, that this is necessary.
Well,
All
if I, I'm gonna
For just
something.
$67,
Shit.
you can make as
Something
many
that
videos
I've
as you want,
noticed, man,
and you never need
at
to
the
pick
end
up
of
a
the day,
camera
when
or
it
use
co-
any
when
fancy
it's
editing
always came to
software.
all when it's came to all of this stuff, the big thing that I have noticed is the attack on energy, and they've already attacked coal. So now not only have they attacked coal, they're starting to attack natural gas. And the big reason why they're attacking both is carbon. And something I noticed in that video was the fact that it was talking about you're going to have to pay for carbon. That is absolutely true. It's getting to that point. I mean, more and more every day as far as the attack on energy. Even it's kind of funny, because if you look at what we're paying for gas right now, the gasoline per barrel has doubled since Joe Biden's entered office. So you talk online about it, and they're like, oh, well, it's not Joe Biden that's done that. What did Donald Trump do for gas to keep it low? And at the end of the day, it's not necessarily what they specifically do. It's what their politics does. Everybody knows that Joe Biden's against gas. Everybody knows the Democrat Party is against it. I mean, one of his executive orders was doing away with the Keystone Pipeline. The same day they're talking about the unemployment rate, they're doing away with the Keystone Pipeline, which killed jobs not only in America, but it killed even more jobs in Canada. So, I mean, I do believe that when it comes to the climate crisis, that is one of the things that they're dividing people on, that there's a whole lot of science both ways. The other thing is energy. I mean, and that comes down to the climate crisis. So, yeah, I mean, what else do you think? How else do you think they're doing it?
They're going to be doing it through everything that we now, use with the freedom that we have. You're talking, like I said before, they're wanting to control food. The biggest place that a lot of people aren't seeing it happen, but it's going on, right behind us. Right now, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, some of the largest bureaucrats in the world right now, some of the largest bureaucrats in America are buying up land like crazy. Bill Gates is now the largest farm and agriculture landowner in the United States. Why? Why is this becoming, such an importance to him? Well, here's why. This man has already said, he is completely 100% concerned with what you eat. how it's grown, how it's given to you to be able to eat.
Well, this
he
is
wants
something
to.
else that you had me pull up earlier, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Pull this up real quick. There's actually a spot if you scroll on this right here. Yeah, closer look at Farmer Bill. He has quietly made himself the largest owner of farmland in the United States. For a man obsessed with monopoly control, the opportunity to also dominate food production must seem irresistible.
See, this is
He
all
is-
this is all new to me too. I haven't researched any of this with
Yeah,
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates has been buying up farmland like crazy. If you scroll down here, there is a spot where it shows land report. Going up there a little bit. Let's see. Okay, land. No, right there it is. Land report. Gates has quietly made himself the largest owner of farmland in the United States. Gates' portfolio now comprises about 242,000 acres of American farmland and nearly 27,000 acres of other land across Louisiana, Arkansas, Nebraska, Arizona, Florida, Washington, and 18 other states.
Wow.
What's his need for all this land? Well, this is a guy that is part of the Great Reset. He's a part of this New World Order. Funny thing is, it's not just the United States that he's been doing this to. He's been doing this over in India. He's been doing this over in Africa.
Yeah, I see
He has
that.
been working on controlling farmland across the world with other bureaucrats. They're buying this stuff up as quick as they can. Well, the biggest thing about buying up farmland is what happens when you destroy a country's economy. One thing is land starts to become worthless to people. People start to get hard up and it starts selling for less money. Every time he can get a deal on this stuff, he's buying it up. And the thing is he wants to determine what it is that you're eating. He wants to determine how it's grown. He wants to put regular farm owners out of business. I mean, we're getting to a point where, this Great Reset is going to entail every single person out there being told what they can do, when they can do it, how they can use it, how much they're allowed to have. I mean, they're talking about meat. They're talking about meat being, instead of it being something you can just go out and eat anytime you want to, they're talking about this being a treat for us. Like, here, throw your dog a bone. You guys have had a good week. Here's a little bone for you. You guys can have some meat. Funny thing is, it's not going to be real meat. They want to do this processed fake meat. We're starting to see it in department stores. They're trying to manufacture this crap. I mean, it's getting out of hand.
The thing that
seeing
makes me raise my hand about Bill Gates is he's in the vaccine world and talking about health and vaccine. Look, Bill Gates isn't a good guy. He's never been a good guy. He's never made his money being legitimate whatsoever. The only reason why he got into, IBM was because his parents got him in the door. And then when he got in the door, he bought DOS and then didn't make IBM sign, an agreement a license agreement so he could sell it to other companies. And that's what he did and made his fortune. He didn't do shit. He's always been he was in the right place at the right time and knew the right people. And now all of a sudden, after being cutthroat businessly for all of the, when it comes to business, for all of these years, he's going around talking about vaccines and shit. I'm sorry. I don't trust him. I don't believe him. And
and nobody should trust him.
Yep.
He's part of this. He is part of this, what they call New World Order, that is part of the World Economic Forum. Okay. This is all stinking rich bureaucrats all over the world that want full world domination and control. They want to tell you everything that you can do and when you can do it. They want to tell you what you are allowed to have and what you can't have.
That is a problem, and you can kind of see it that way. And it's kind of interesting because at the end of the day, I don't really look whatever side of the fence you're on, cool. But at the same time, the thing that I have to say is there's only one side, okay, that is actually pushing for censorship. There's only one side that's wants to restrict guns. And seriously, there's only one side of that. That same side is doing all of that,
Yep.
And the other side is, okay, look, we're not about any type of censorship. We're absolutely pro Second Amendment without a shadow of a doubt. And that's kind of where I see it. But I mean, the thing that leads me also to kind of where I want to go with it next is, Dr. Seuss, we're always on here talking about somebody that they are canceling. And when I say they, the left, the right doesn't cancel people. That's the other thing. They're canceling people. They canceled Gina from Star Wars. That's the left. And now I want to.
Conservatives are all about freedom.
Yep, exactly. And now I want to talk about Dr. Seuss. So I had no idea. Like, all of a sudden people are talking and saying that Dr. Seuss is, we got to cancel him. He's a racist. Oh my God. What are you talking about? Canceling? There was a big war. Conservatives were like, what do you mean green eggs and ham is racist? And so I started doing some research and digging, and absolutely he did draw some comic strips in newspapers, politically driven, that were absolutely racist and inappropriate. So the question,
he did a political satire comic strip.
Satire.
He was a political satirist in the newspaper. He was against bureaucrats. He hated the bureaucrats. He hated the Democrat Party because of how it was that they believed in slavery and in child labor.
Yeah, well, I get it, but like I said, he did draw some inappropriate stuff. So with that being said, I mean, even if you were trying to identify it, it was inappropriate. I mean, period. Dr. Seuss drew inappropriate shit. So the question is then, okay, is much bigger than that. The question is do we hold people of the past to the same standard that we've created today in 2021? And if we do, then we got to hold everybody to that same standard. Don Lemon goes on CNN every night and says we have a white male terrorist problem. That's fucking racist.
Exactly.
That's racist.
That's racism.
Period. Okay. You hold him to that standard that you're holding Dr. Seuss, which drew these in the 50s. So not only should we ask the question, okay, should we hold people from yesterday to today's standards? If the answer to that question is yes, then it has to be to the left and the right. It can't be to just, okay, we're going to cancel Dr. Seuss for something he did in the 50s, but Don Lemon is a racist to white people every night on CNN, and any dumbasses watching this saying white people can't experience racism, go suck a pickle, okay? It's bullshit, all right? You can be racist to anybody for anything. Anytime you label somebody, I don't even want to go down that road, but it's the truth, man. Not all white people are the same, implying that it's racism. Implying that all black people are the same and look the same. It's racism, okay?
Yep.
Period. And so at the same time, I don't believe Dr. Seuss was ever an evil man or a racist researching him.
He wasn't.
So I don't believe we should hold him to the standard today. Now, I didn't even, look, I'm 40 years old. I never had any idea that even existed until I went and looked for it, and that's what they're talking about. I have the pictures of what he wrote. I even posted them on my personal Facebook page. It's pretty damn offensive, so I didn't want to put them up. But we can't be holding. Not only are we holding today's people to some weird standard, and it's only a certain type of people. We're holding everybody that's existed to that same standard. So where do you draw the line?
Right
Here in West Virginia.
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Where was this in Obama's administration? Because guess what?
Yeah. Obama celebrated it.
Yeah. Obama celebrated Dr. Seuss.
They didn't know it existed.
No, and we haven't had anybody that has pushed, basically identity politics more than Obama had up until this administration.
Until Biden. Everybody he picks in his administration is because of their race, gender, sexuality, whichever fit one of the 50 that is, or 40. And
and it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
The right person for the job.
That's all the media talks about too when he picks somebody. That's the key. Like you go to if those of you that claim that your news is middle of the road, anybody that brings any of that up is identity politics. They're celebrating that because of that. Just like when you watch American Idol, right? It's the same shit. Everybody's got to have this story and this sad, moopy story, and they sell that story, and that gets people to vote. But at the end of the day, I don't give a shit about your fucking story. The best person and the most talented person should get the job and get celebrated. We don't everything in this country at this point, we're making race, gender, and all that qualifications. But one thing, right? And that's sports. In sports, it doesn't matter, right? Let's start making let's diversify the starting five of the Chicago Bulls. I guarantee it, they probably wouldn't win a game. So why are we diversifying business boards? Why are we doing forced diversity? Diverse opinions is the best type of opinions. Period. Diversity is a great thing, but when it's forced and we're told and it's dictated and you're hired because of that and not because of your qualifications, that's racism. I mean, I never want to get a job knowing I got the job because I may help their statistics. Don't give me the fucking job. You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely not.
Nope.
No, it should be completely on your qualifications. If you're good for the job, period. Shouldn't matter what you look like. Shouldn't matter it shouldn't matter if you're friends with the boss. Seriously.
Hey man.
It should literally come down to you're the right person for the job. You have the best qualifications for the job, period.
I tell you, the thing about, the whole thing about the farmland that you were just talking about with Bill Gates, I'm sorry, backtrack for a second. That intrigues me, because what really does that for me, man, what really did that for me is, we didn't talk before the show, and I never knew that. You taught me something. I did not know that Bill Gates is the number one owner of farmland in our country. That is very disturbing, especially when the son of a bitch is everywhere saying you need that vaccine. Right?
Yeah.
The same guy made his fortune lying and stealing and then monopolizing shit. So whatever.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Believe him.
Believe him. And the thing is the World Health Organization, Gates has his hand in that as well.
The World Health Organization, there's a reason why Trump left them, and it wasn't because Trump was an asshole, although Trump is an asshole. Trump was my asshole though. Okay, that's why people didn't like him. They didn't like him because of his policy. They didn't like Trump. They didn't like Trump because of his personality. His policy was sound. And the thing about the World Health Organization is they're in bed with they're communist, globalist bastards. They did not help us. They let us down at our dire need. And people don't understand that. When Joe Biden's celebrating he's rejoining it, you're telling people that globalism is important, not Americans. Not American lives. And the media, you're clueless if you watch the media. And if you think the World Health Organization is a good thing, shame on you. Do some research, guys. Sorry, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely.
You, man. Go ahead.
And, no, that's okay. Here's another thing that a lot of people don't know about this this World Economic Forum that's held in Davos every year. Trump went there. You have to be invited to go there. Trump, while he was president, was invited there. He went there twice in his presidency. Okay. Both times that he went there, and all he talked about was how great of a country America was, how great America's economy was doing, how it was that he didn't want any part of what it was that they were doing. He disagreed with them.
That was the thing about Trump.
Despised.
That's the thing. Trump. That's what American First is, and they've tried to make it something racist, like America only. And no, it wasn't American only. It wasn't racist. It was American First. If it helps America and hurts China, he's not necessarily going to do it, okay? If it helps China and hurts America, he wouldn't do it. It'd have to come to a mutual benefit. And that's a lot of things that people didn't realize about Trump when he negotiated a lot of the deals and stuff, is you got Trump in your corner, you knew he was going to look out for us as Americans, not regardless of race, not because, whatever gender, whatever the shit that they tried to attack him for. It was all about policy. So that's, to me, when I look at Trump, I look at his policy. And no matter how you analyze Trump's policy, he wanted a stronger border wall. What happened this week? Joe Biden lets these illegals cross. They test the illegals for COVID, and the fuckers had COVID.
And still let them in.
They still let them in. Like, how can you... no matter what world you're from.
How can you believe
Come on.
How can you believe these people are concerned with you?
Yeah.
How can you at all believe that they're concerned with you?
Yeah. I mean, that is absolutely crazy. And most people probably don't know about that because when you watch your news, it's not on there.
Nope.
He's supporting diversity. Look at Joe Biden. He's the man. But it has nothing to do with that, man. Joe Biden let illegals that have no business crossing into our country that had COVID. That happened, guys.
Yeah, that's how much BS COVID is. Okay,
I don't give a shit about COVID.
Because the thing is,
the illegals, I don't give a shit who they are illegal. I don't care if they were billionaire illegals. They are illegal.
yeah, if they and also if they were actually concerned with the spread of COVID,
Well, let them in.
none of those people would have been allowed in.
No.
None.
Dude,
Period.
I'm going on vacation next month. For me to go where I'm going on vacation, within 5 days of flying, me, my daughter, and my wife have to submit a negative COVID result to even travel there because it is an island and they're isolated. They can't afford to have it run amok, right?
Right.
So we got to pass a test. Okay. However you want to look at that, whatever. We're just letting these people in and they're positive, man.
Yeah, it's insanity.
And they're illegals.
It's absolute insanity. And there's people out there that are believing this crap. They're eating it up. They're terrified. COVID's going to kill me. I'm going to die from COVID. Oh my God. You got to go get that vaccine because I don't want you to risk my life because you haven't gotten that vaccine. Really? It's because you guys have freaking literally bought into the fear so stinking bad.
Yeah, and it's not that it's not real, but it's just
it's a virus.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, we've been down that road a lot with COVID, but the thing, thing that is kind of interesting is there's 2 states that lifted all of their restrictions. They opened up their Texas, Mississippi. They opened up their economies 100% and lifted all mask mandates in their state. They are open for business.
Absolutely.
Florida never fully closed. So any Florida people, your state never closed. Your governor DeSantis, he knows his shit. That guy's awesome. DeSantis, governor of Florida, he's my dude. Okay, but anyway, so you had 2 states that opened fully, and
don't forget South Dakota. Governor Nome has, she's already done it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think South Dakota ever shut down. They never did any damn thing.
Yeah, she never did a full shutdown.
So the something that I had pulled up, that I want to share about that is right here, guys. Okay, these are the states with their total known cases and their total known deaths. So New York still has heavy restrictions for COVID in place. You still cannot go into a restaurant in New York and eat a meal. California, same damn way. Okay,
blow that up a little bit, will you?
Michigan isn't as bad as California and Florida, or I'm sorry, California and New York when it comes to the restrictions. Okay, but they're still really bad. Now remember, Texas, the biggest state in the nation, all right, opened up fully for the coronavirus, or fully. There's no mask mandates. There's no nothing. There's no lockdowns. And I want to look at their cases. Okay, this column right here is known cases. This column is deaths. Now, if you go over here, I'm going to organize the states. I accidentally clicked something. We go down to Texas, biggest state in the union. They got 2.6 million cases. 2.6 million cases, and they're open, never shut down, ever. So let's go up and look at New York. New York's got 1.6 million cases and 47,000 deaths. Okay? Less cases, less population, more deaths. Texas's death total is 43 million, or 43,247. New York locked completely down, Texas wide open. But it gets even more interesting. Let's just scroll up to wonderful California. California has had 3.5 million cases and 52,000 deaths in California, the most.
And they have had the strictest lockdowns.
And they also are in a very warm climate. They don't have winters in California like we do and like New York does. Florida, right? 1.9 million cases, 31,000, they never hardly shut down. So, I mean, when you look at the cases and you look at the death numbers, no matter how you want to look at this, no matter how you want to spin it, where the lockdowns were the most strict, the cases and the death are the highest. Happens also to be strongly Democrat controlled, California and New York. How much of all this, what all that means, I'm not going to give you my opinion on it, but think about that for a second. Where they're absolutely being communist and you can't even go out to eat because of coronavirus, they do have the most restrictions. Right now, the cases and deaths are the highest. So whatever you guys want to look into that. You know, I think that here very soon we're getting to the point of herd immunity as well as vaccines and people getting the vaccine. You know, Brian is, I think, pretty much totally against the vaccines. I'm not there. I'm 50-50 on
Yeah,
it. I'm probably
absolutely.
I'm not going to get it, but I'm 50-50 on whether it's truly going to help people or not. But the point is I don't see what fear button they're going to hit now with COVID. I think we're starting to get out of it. What do you think, bro?
Oh, and yeah, we're getting out of COVID, but the thing is, now they're pulling the fear of the new UK virus. You know, that the new strand that's coming out. You know, this is the new fear that they're going to start pumping on everybody. Well, now it's going to go right back to, you know, this is going to devastate everybody. It's going to be deadlier. You know, it's mutated.
You think
blah blah
you
blah.
think they're going to keep
It's
hitting? You
BS.
think they're going to keep hitting the fear button? And I kind of agree. I don't know how they're going to do it yet, but the reason why I agree.
You better believe it.
Well, the reason why I agree they're going to hit the fear button. I don't necessarily agree they're going to use the UK virus, but here's why I believe that they're going to keep hitting the fear button. They directly asked Biden a question during his press conference: when do you see that life can start getting back to normal? And you know what Biden said?
No, he doesn't think until, you know, even next year.
He said 2022.
Yeah.
2022. Dr. Fauci, guess what? They asked Fauci the same thing. You know what he said? 2022. That's what they're going to do. So right now you got 2 states. You got 3 states that are wide open. Florida's getting ready to go wide open again. South Carolina will probably go wide open. And you're going to have a president that's still telling you to wear masks. And you're going to see cases continue to drop in those areas while they continue to rise in their liberal cities while they're locked down. So that's going to force the president into a spot of making a decision to whether they use science in those numbers, or it's going to get interesting because the liberal states, Michigan, man, their governor's a piece of shit. Right, New York's Governor Cuomo. Not only did he kill people, he's been investigated for
Piece of shit.
He's being investigated for 3 accounts of sexual harassment. And in California, they're trying to do a recall. And every one of those liberal states are locked down with the most cases and the most deaths. Republican states are opening up 100%. Florida included, getting ready to be there, which never fully shut down. They never shut their economy down in Florida. Okay, and they're doing better. So how much science?
Absolutely.
Suicide rates this year were up tremendously. Everybody knows where our kids are as far as, you know, they started opening schools back here. So the question is now, you know, hey, it's time, guys, you know. And the thing about these mask mandates, what people really need to realize is when they lift a mask mandate, regardless of where you're at with it, okay, you can choose to wear one. You can choose to still wear a mask if you want to.
Yeah,
it's just
your option.
Yeah, it's not. It's the United States of freedom. You right. You want to freaking wear a mask. Wear a mask. It's allowing me to not, when somebody says, hey asshole, you need to put a mask on. You know what I do? And I keep walking. You know, fuck
yeah,
yeah.
I just act like they're not even there and keep going. Since we got on the discussion of, you know, COVID,
Right.
and we were also talking about Bill Gates.
Bill
I've got
Gates.
another article there that I sent you that I want you to pull up.
Okay.
It's the one that has 201 in the article.
All right, I got America's biggest owner of farmland. This one.
No,
Okay, this one we already talked about because I blew it up.
Yep.
And
We
then
wanna-
this one, the event 201.
Okay.
Let me blow
yeah,
it up.
blow this one up here. I want to go over this one with some folks because
Brian,
I
what we
think this
looking
may
at?
put a shock into a lot of people. Okay, why is Bill Gates denying Event 201? Most people haven't even heard of this. Most people know nothing about this.
I'm one of these people.
And the thing
I
is,
have no
and the-
idea what in the fuck Bill Gates 201
And the
is.
thing
But
is-
when I see Bill, I just want to let you know. I'm sorry to interrupt, and I'm gonna let you get all serious and shit. But when I see Bill Gates, I just want to smack the fuck out of people that believe that guy's a good guy. Okay, he's
Absolutely,
proven time and time
100%.
again he's a piece of shit. Just you
Okay.
know, anyway, okay, Brian, back to you, man. I'm sorry I went on my rant. Okay.
No, not at all. I absolutely 100% agree with you on this one. But this is something that went on with Bill Gates in October of 2019. Okay. It's verified that it went on, but they're denying that it ever happened. Okay. In October 2019, Microsoft founder Bill Gates, who together with his psycho wife runs the richest, most powerful foundation in the world, co-organized as a simulation exercise on a worldwide corona epidemic. Okay. In October of 2019, before COVID
Holy shit, man.
ever hit America,
I don't know who the fuck. I
ran-
don't really know who the fuck the National Herald is, which is who you had me pulled up. But if I need to fact check this 100%, but if this is absolutely 100% accurate, that's crazy as shit.
yeah, he ran a simulation exercise on a worldwide corona epidemic. Understand this too. Bill Gates has also helped fund the lab in Wuhan, China.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that.
Bill
Fauci,
Gates
Fauci
is
was
part
responsible
of
with
the-
that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Bill Gates has also funded the World Health Organization. Bill Gates is also involved with the CDC. Bill Gates is also involved with the Democrat Party. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through this article a little bit. In October 2019, Microsoft founder Bill Gates, who together with his wife runs the richest, most powerful foundation in the world, co-organized a simulation exercise on a worldwide corona epidemic in October, before COVID ever hit
Well,
America.
I think wasn't
Before
I
America
think the first
knew
known,
of
the
COVID.
absolute first known case when it was found in Wuhan was in November, wasn't it?
I want to say it was November, because
I can
we
pull
didn't
that up,
find
but
out
I
about
wanna
it.
Keep this article up for now, but yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't discussed in America whatsoever until January that it was even going on outside of America, and we weren't supposed to be afraid of it. Blah blah blah. This was in January, and the lockdown started happening in February. So this is in October of 2019.
yeah, right before.
Okay, so on April 12th, 2020, Bill Gates said in an interview to the BBC, "Now here we are. We didn't simulate this. We didn't practice. So both the health policies and economic policies, we find ourselves in uncharted territory." This is the same
That's a
person who
direct
just
lie.
6 months.
Yeah, that's a direct
Yeah,
lie.
this is the same person who just 6 months before the outbreak of the pandemic organized a series of 4 role-playing simulations of a corona pandemic. 6 months before the outbreak. Okay. This is a man that had already planned and was simulating what it was going to be like
And
if
yeah, it happened.
a coronavirus epidemic hit the world. Surprise, surprise, coronavirus epidemic hits the world. Okay. This is something that most people don't know about. This is something that no one talks about.
No, I didn't know
This is
about
something
this.
that
I'm-
was done by Bill Gates, a person that was involved in the funding of the lab in Wuhan, China. Okay. So anybody that wants to think Bill Gates is a good guy, no. Bill Gates is freaking Hitler as far as I'm concerned. This is a man that has openly talked. This is a man that has openly talked about population control.
No, he has.
This is
he
a man.
has talked. He has openly talked
Yeah,
about
this is a man who
population
is-
control.
This is a man who has openly talked about not the COVID, not the COVID-19 epidemic. He's also talked about wait until the next epidemic hits.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, unless if people honestly realize how it was used to a certain degree control, and they did it through fear, because everybody has. Obviously, why not? Why aren't you? It's just funny though. Even in my 20s, man, we spent all of our time talking about don't trust the government, don't trust the government. Don't trust all the experts. Question. And now it's like people automatically, they'd stick their finger up their ass and go out in public if they were told that it would keep them safe from COVID. They do it, no questions asked. It's what's best for them. That's what their nightly news tells them to do. That makes them feel warm and fuzzy outside. Then they see Kamala Harris taking it too on TV, and by God, look at her. So I'm going to go do it too, and they feel good about themselves. Great. I'm glad that you do, In my opinion, ignorance can sometimes be bliss. I'm 50-50 on the vaccine. I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means. I do believe vaccine is awesome science. But when you got a guy named Bill Gates going around flaunting that science, Bill Gates ain't trying to help us. He's trying to sell something. He's trying to make some money.
Exactly.
Anybody,
Every
with money wants more money.
Every single person pushing the vaccine on over on that side, over on the left, is involved in the vaccine. They are getting rich off of the vaccine. We're being lied to. We're being lied to on a worldwide scale about the vaccine and the virus. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. My kids got their vaccinations to go to school and everything, but I am 100% against a vaccine. Never went through animal trials. A vaccine
Well,
for
I mean, that's warp speed, man. I mean, Operation Warp
yeah,
Speed. I mean, we
yeah, but
wouldn't have without Donald Trump's passing warp speed. We wouldn't have a vaccine, no matter what the hell Joe
yeah.
Biden tells you. That's the truth.
But the one problem with the warp speed was of the trials that they did. Okay, they didn't include the people that were the most susceptible to the virus, the ones that were most likely to die from the virus. None of the testing was done on the extremely sick or the elderly. Every drop of their tests, every single one of whoever was in the actual as a vaccine test subject or as a placebo subject, there were no children. And so everyone that was used in those tests were of, an age group that is not in the highest, the highest and most susceptible to having anything bad happen from the virus. They only tested those that, may have had a, one condition, one health, a health condition or something mild as a condition, but they were under the age of the ones that were most susceptible for dying from the virus.
I will say something about the vaccine. We'll definitely have our data on it soon because, I mean, they're vaccinating people pretty quickly. I mean,
Yep.
they said today that everybody, will be vaccinated or can be vaccinated by May. And I don't have a problem with the vaccine. I have a problem with if they try to do anything to make sure to make you have a vaccine. That's when I have a problem with it. If you choose to look at the science and you choose to make your own mind up and get the vaccine, hey, I support it. And here soon we'll know for sure if it really helps people from it. We'll see what happens. The fact that they're saying we still have to wear a mask after you're vaccinated throws up all kinds of red flags because that's exactly what they're saying. If they say we get most people, 98% people vaccinated and we're still not by May, but yet we can't reopen until 2022, that's when my red flag goes up in the air.
Oh,
And we're already
absolutely.
going down that road. People have already accepted the vaccine is real and they're doing it. So it's there. The Johnson & Johnson one's getting ready to roll out. It's a one-shot vaccine, but it's only 84% effective according to their science. But why the Moderna's and the Pfizer vaccines are over 90% effective, but it's a 2-shot dose. So that's where all that's at. I'm not going to get it. Like I said, if people want to get it and you believe the science and you feel proud about it, hell, go do it, man. Here soon we're going to have.
Yeah,
Here soon we're going to have
run
some
out there
numbers.
and jump. Run out there and jump on that Johnson & Johnson one because they created cancer fucking baby powder.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, they're the people. Yeah, they're the people who I want to trust shooting me up with a vaccine.
I'll tell you something about Johnson & Johnson. I didn't even know they were in that type of business, man. The only thing I knew about Johnson & Johnson was, baby lotions and baby shampoos. I had no idea they were making, they've got a COVID vaccine. I didn't know they were
We're
in that
watching.
business,
We're watching pharmaceutical companies come out of the woodwork wanting to make this vaccine.
Yep.
It
It's
is
money. It's
billions
big money.
and billions and billions of
And
dollars.
that's why Bill Gates is involved.
Yep.
And
Bill Gates,
yeah,
Fauci.
yeah, all of them. The other thing
Yep.
I want to get off the COVID thing for a second, and as you know, a lot of people's probably been paying attention, wanting a $1,400 check for their stimulus, and so those of you that haven't been directly following the whole stimulus shebang, so basically, they come to a pretty much good agreement. It looks like it's going to pass very soon. I'm going to blow this up so everybody can see it. Hopefully, this is getting big enough for you right there. There we go. Basically, the Democrats pulled the minimum wage hike completely out of the stimulus package. So now the Republicans are happy with that. They're not raising the minimum wage as a part of the stimulus package. The other thing that the Democrats were against, including, this asshole right here, who's Joe Manchin, he's a crook, but he was right when he negotiated this, is rather than $400 over the regular amount you would get on unemployment, it's going to be $300, which is what the current amount is when they passed the stimulus check the last time. So that's not being raised. The other thing that they're doing is they're restricting on who the money goes to. So, under the new agreement, individuals earning less than $75,000 per year and joint filers earning less than $150 would still be eligible for the full amount. But if you're earning over 80 and prior to the individual, yeah, if you're earning over 80 and earning over, I can't remember how much it was a joint, but it was close to, I think it was 155, 160 on the joint. You're not getting anything, so it doesn't scale back. So basically, they're trying to not help people that don't really need help with this. So I kind of agree with how they're doing it. So basically, it looks like it's going to pass. I believe everybody's going to be getting their $1,400 check when they meet that criteria. Beyond some of the other stuff, I want to get in more detail later because it's a $1.9 trillion economic relief package. But as far as everything that they've negotiated, I have to kind of agree where we're at. I mean, what do you think about all that, bro?
The one issue that I have with, well, I guess I should say more than one, two issues I have with it. And one thing that doesn't make any sense is how it is that it started out at a 1.9 trillion.
And it ended at
but
a
they said
trillion.
that, and it's ended at a 1.9 trillion. But yeah,
dude, I haven't talked about that out loud. Okay. I was reading about that today, and that's the first thing that went through my mind. I'm like, okay, so they're pulling back 1.9. Here's the other thing that I have a problem with. Where the hell is it going, man?
Okay, because individuals, $1,400 check. Okay.
Right.
Now, one thing that they haven't discussed openly about is, and I don't even know whether it's still in there. It was as of 5 days ago. So I don't know if this has been removed, especially since it's still 1.9 trillion and started at 1.9 trillion. Okay. One of the provisions that was in there was for federal workers. Okay. For those individuals out there,
you were talking about this earlier.
Dads,
I'll tell you, I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna try to pull this up behind the scenes and see if it's in there.
Yeah, go right ahead. They were wanting federal workers, okay, to get $1,400 stimulus checks as well. Okay. If their children are in distance learning where they have to be home, they want federal employees to be able to get $1,400 a week in stimulus for the next 15 weeks. Okay. How many of you all know federal workers that have still been getting paid, have still been working from home and receiving a full check? I mean, I'm sure there's some out there that haven't, but the thing is, this isn't for some out there. This is for all federal employees that have children at home doing distance learning, while all other Americans that fall into the category will get $1,400 for the husband, $1,400 for the wife. And I'm assuming,
okay, Brian,
I don't even know.
This is interesting.
I don't even know what
and I pulled it up. And so this was as of February 25th. So it's not a part of the New Deal. I'll have to look that up. I don't know if
that's the thing. I don't know if they kept it or not.
But yeah,
but the amount hasn't changed.
Yes, I am going to look that up because you're absolutely right with that detail. That Joe Biden Corona stimulus package outlines a one-time $1,400 check to families financially affected by the virus. So financially affected by the virus was based on your income. Okay, so ignore that. Right. Yet the fine print in the House stimulus bill sneaks in a fascinating nugget. And I did not know about this, Brian. That's why you're in my heterosexual life, mate. You picked up on this, okay? If you are a federal employee, you can receive $1,400 a week in paid time off for 15 weeks if you decide to stay at home and virtually school your child. Oh, wow, man. That's very interesting. I did not know about that. I mean, like I said, I'm sitting here, I've tried to investigate it a little bit, and that's the last, the new stimulus check status upgrade, biggest unknowns, potential delays. I mean, I need to research this if I could find it quickly here.
That's one of the reasons I'm so confused by how it is that they were supposed to trim off some of this bullshit that was in there, but it started out a 1.9 trillion package. It's still a 1.9 trillion package.
Yeah, exactly.
There was also a provision in there for some stupid freaking tunnel in Nancy Pelosi's area.
I'm not gonna investigate that right now, but you are right. It is kind of interesting that they're cutting back on the amount of funding that goes to people, but yet the package itself is staying at 1.9 trillion. So yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna find out a lot more, but I do know it's that close to being passed. Now, the thing about it is, though, is they're kind of getting support to kind of sneak in whatever the hell they want to sneak into because people want their $1,400. People want a
Right.
$1,400 check. I don't blame him. You know, everybody could use the money. Everybody wants the money. At the same time, you know, when Joe Biden ran, remember Joe Biden promised $2,000 even after Trump gave you that 400 or 600. So he truly did make the mistake of that. But once again, you know, the $1,400 checks are going to. I agree with the amount of people that's getting it. But if we're trimming that from going to people, where else is the money going? And that federal worker thing was very interesting. I didn't even know it was in there. And when I just Googled it, that was the newest story on it. And nope, I've read about a few things that was, you know, they've negotiated, and nowhere in there during the negotiation has mentioned that, or I would have caught it. So that's cool that you picked that up. Where did you see that? Where did you see that at?
I forget who it was that was talking about that. It was someone that I watch. I don't remember if Tim Pool was one of them that had talked about it. I can't remember if it was Shapiro that did. I mean, my favorite ones to watch anymore are Tim Pool, Shapiro, Steven Crowder, absolutely awesome.
Yeah, Crowder. Man, Crowder keeps going down that the people that voted that don't exist in Las Vegas, and where he goes to their addresses.
He is crushing.
He
right
is
now.
crushing them, and not only that, man. Not only has he found hundreds of people that voted. Yeah, exactly.
Proud
awesome.
Mug Club member.
Yep. And not only that, man. Not only has he found hundreds of people on the voter rolls that voted. He's went to their addresses, and there've been empty parking lots, places under underpasses that voted. And then last week, somebody tried to go in and switch an old Clinton staffer address that apparently has disappeared since 28. This is actually real stuff. Apparently, nobody's seen or heard of this girl since 2018. She was at one address. They went there, investigated. She wasn't there. And then overnight, they switched to a different address. So they went to that address, and she wasn't there. Then he called Las Vegas's voting commission and was bringing it all up today. And they were completely oblivious and clueless.
Yep. Absolutely. And the thing was, it wasn't after his show. It wasn't just that one address that was changed. They had multiple addresses that they had verified that did not that had no place for someone, an actual address.
Empty lots, addresses that didn't exist.
And the thing was
hundreds.
after his show, someone went in and had changed addresses on some of the ones that they had verified
that still don't exist.
that don't exist.
And he goes there, okay, to see if they exist. He takes a newspaper of that day's date, takes a picture of the newspaper with the location, and gives you the name of the voter and the address who doesn't exist. He single-handedly proved to them, when he says it every day, perjury, accuse me of perjury, I will go under oath. This is 100% voter fraud. And
absolutely,
it is. He's proving it. You got to watch it, Steven Crowder. We're not talking about any of the conspiracies. Some of you guys, and even this dude right here, believe Sidney Powell. Okay, I thought Sidney Powell from the beginning was a lying piece of shit. Okay, I never believed her for a second. But this is real. So even if you were down the middle with voter fraud, this is without a shadow of a doubt that it happened. How widespread, we don't know. But we do know that over 100 people in Nevada's vote didn't matter, because these are absolutely proven without a shadow of a doubt to be voter fraud.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you all don't watch any of them already, I highly recommend Louder with Crowder.
Yeah,
you can watch him on you can watch him on YouTube.
2 thumbs up for him. He's the guy that does How You Change Your Minds,
If you want to listen to someone that is just ungodly freaking intelligent and literally talks over your head most of the time,
Shapiro.
watch Ben Shapiro. Absolutely amazing. And another one that I love to watch just because he's different. He has different beliefs than I do. I don't always agree with him, but Tim
I don't
Pool.
always agree with Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro's a little too conservative for me, but I do like to watch him because he's smart and he knows what he's talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, Tim Pool is absolutely awesome. Tim Pool is a liberal. He still considers himself a little more left than right. But the thing is he sees the craziness in the Democrat Party and how just nuts they've become. And he was an in the field journalist for years. He was in some of the wars that were some of the wars that were going on over in Iran
I'll
and
tell you
stuff like
another one. I'll
that.
tell you too.
Guy's
I
amazing.
like Waters. I like Jesse Waters. I like Greg Gutfeld. Those are two Fox News people, but I like both of them. I even
Oh
watch
yeah.
Tucker. Tucker's more right than I like, but I still like Tucker. But beyond that, that's it, man. I mean, we're at 8:24,
Oh,
guys. So, hey, Brian, anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
I don't think so. I mean, I think I've talked about what I want to for today. Big thing is, well, we didn't switch over to YouTube like we usually do.
We forgot.
Like I've said
We
before,
forgot last time, man. It's just me and you.
yeah.
We talk,
we just get on to ranting and we can't stop.
Yeah.
Get right there on our Facebook page. Just go down a little bit. It gives you our YouTube link. Go watch us on YouTube. Subscribe. Hit the notification button. You can watch us on your TV on YouTube, where you can't usually do that on Facebook. We're going to do these. Our usual time is always going to be, no matter what, Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard
We've been
Time.
doing them on Wednesdays. They seem to be doing
We've
pretty
been
good
doing,
for us,
yeah,
so.
we've been doing a little rant session every Wednesday
Yeah.
because we can't hold our tongues for a whole week.
Yep.
We get too pissed
These
off.
are more organized than our Saturday shows. And
Yeah.
eventually, like I said, we're getting to the point where we're gonna have a guest soon. I've had some of you guys reach out to me wanting to be a guest. I want to make that happen. So here soon, I'd like to have somebody on, ask them a couple questions. Send us some comments, man. Leave us some comments. Give us some feedback. Tell us some topics you want us to hear me and Brian discuss or argue.
Absolutely.
I mean, Brian, he's my dude, but I don't always agree with him. So if you ever want to hear me argue with Brian, I mean, send me some shit that me and him may disagree on. He's I don't know if I don't really want to say, I hate using the word conspiracy, but most of the shit that you're not full on conspiracy by any means, because most of the shit you've sent me and researched, I'm like, oh wow, that's actually real. I've had some people send me some real fucking nutty shit, man. But
Yeah, and the reason I hate people using the word conspiracy
because a
is
lot of it
because
isn't, man.
the stuff that they used to call conspiracy is being talked openly
Yeah,
about
now
now.
it's like that
They
raises
call
a
things
flag
conspiracy.
Now it's like, okay,
They
they're calling
call
it conspiracy.
they call
let's look
things
at that.
conspiracy that they don't want you looking into. They didn't want people to pay attention to this great reset. So they wanted everybody labeled as you're nuts for even thinking
Well, a
this
lot of
kind of
people,
crap.
a lot of people don't necessarily call it the Great Reset. They call it globalism. It's that's how they're doing it through globalism, and now they're doing it.
Oh,
They're doing it
watch-
through equality. Most of these organizations that sound great aren't necessarily for the people that they say that they're for. That's a disguise. I don't want to go down that road right now. Eventually, we will. But
Watch some non-American news if you want to hear more talk about it.
yeah, that
Sky News,
perspectives
Sky
are
News
different.
Australia.
Yeah, the perspectives
Yeah.
are different. That's a very interesting thing, Like in Australia, the 60 Minutes in Australia, they aired the Tara Reid hour episode. Tara Reid was
Yeah.
Joe Biden's accuser. Okay, they aired the whole hour with her, and that wasn't aired in America. Why was that fucking aired in Australia, where they didn't in October before our election, but not aired here in America? Could people not see her and want to make up her own mind? I mean, everybody heard
Yeah, if you-
Kavanaugh, right? No matter how left you are, you heard about Kavanaugh. Most people never
yeah.
even heard about Tara Reid.
Yeah, if any of you all haven't seen it, Google
Tara
Reid,
Yeah.
60 Minutes, Australia.
Yeah.
You can watch. This is 60 Minutes, mainstream media. The same part of mainstream media is over in America would not play this.
They didn't play it.
This interview with
It
Tara
wasn't
Reid,
played in our country. It was played in
and
Australia.
it was played in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is absolutely 100% real. They didn't want you to know that Joe Biden was been accused of it as well. They wanted to blame Donald Trump for all the shit. And, they had him say, grab him by the pussy. So, he must be a rapist. But, Joe Biden's sniffing kids and shit. And putting his wife's finger in his damn mouth on stage and being
Oh, yeah.
accused of rape by Tara Reid, who filed a lawsuit against him, and they're not even bringing it up. Okay.
No.
Whether it's true
And
or
watch
not,
them,
I mean,
watch them bury. They're going to bury all the Cuomo shit.
I don't know.
They're going
man.
to bury it all.
We got 3 accusations. You got Democrats investigating him, and it's pretty much proven, and everybody already knew that he
Yeah, but
killed
I'm telling
people.
you right
He
now.
killed people in nursing homes, man.
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, he knows too much too.
I don't think they're going to get him. I think they're going to get him. The sexual assault claims, and the lady posted a picture, man. You know, they've got to be, I mean, if they're holding, once again, we went down the whole thing with Dr. Seuss. If they're going to hold everybody to that standard, Cuomo's going to be needs to be held to that standard. He's got 3 women accusing him of sexual assault, and one of them has a picture of it. So, man, I know before any of that shit, he killed people. He sent not only old people to nursing homes that had COVID, he sent young people to isolate in nursing homes that with old people. It's proven. Governor Whitmer in Michigan did the same damn thing, man. The walls are starting to close around these people.
Hey, I'm going to say something real quick. Hey, you know, Nathan loves it when I look in the camera.
Here we go. Shit.
Hey, Me Too movement, where are you? Okay,
They're gone.
Get out there.
They're gone.
You know, where are you at, Me Too movement? You guys can't do something and start saying something about this kind of crap that's going on with Biden and with Cuomo. You know what? You can go suck a dick.
Well, dude, the Me Too, the Me Too movement was already hurting. Okay, they officially died. The Me Too movement died the day Joe Biden announced Kamala Harris as his vice presidential candidate, because on the Democrat debate stage, Kamala Harris said she believed Tara Reid. So she either A, believed Tara Reid and become his vice president. So what's that saying? Or she doesn't believe her anymore, and you don't even know who the hell she is. Kind of interesting how that all fucking works.
Buried. That's why I think Cuomo's going to get buried, because he knows too much about what the Democrat Party was involved in when it came to the election, how they wanted
he'll
COVID
go down.
handled.
They'll give him immunity, and he'll disappear, being a little rich motherfucker that he is with his little brother.
Or Hillary.
He'll get away with it. He'll get away with it, but he won't get away with it politically. He's dead. Cuomo is dead, because more and more evidence about COVID is going to come out. He killed people. Whitmer and Michigan, she won't even release the official statistics. Man. It's going to complete shit in Michigan if you watch what's actually going on. You know,
watch the episode from Steven Crowder on Whitmer in Michigan and what she was involved in. Same exact thing that Cuomo did with the nursing homes. Same exact thing.
And if you don't know what we're talking about with Cuomo and Whitmer and what they did in nursing homes, never give your opinion on COVID again. You need to look up what they did. And then period. They killed people. You know. So
absolutely.
But anyway,
They knew how to drive the numbers up.
I mean, we're going on an hour. We're still ranting, you know. So hopefully we didn't bore you too much. I hope you guys tune in this Saturday at 7:30. We're more organized. These Wednesdays are turning into a half. Mainly just an unorganized rant session, but hey, I have fun as hell doing it with this guy. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to play you some more Tom McDonald. Y'all have a good night. Later.
As a female, then when my balls and penis disappear. Children want a gender switch, and hating men is feminist. Depression and anxiety are trendy, we're too sensitive. Invented 80 genders, mad the world is not accepting it. Then gave them more attention than normal women and men can get. What a contradiction, being human is so tragic. Focus on minorities, ignoring all the masses. Hallelujah, everyone. Activism saved the planet. No more plastic straws and paper, just paper straws wrapped in plastic. Congratulations.
Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb. People so boo-hoo. Wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues. It's so dumb.
Look, I get it. It's like the world is going